What are we doing today, Lisa? We're making canna cookies. Hello everyone, my name is Lisa and I'm the Viet Vegan because I'm Vietnam vegan, and today I'm joined by...
I'm Katarina. I am from Dolled Up Desserts, and this is my second time on the Viet Vegan show.
Yes, you guys might have seen Katarina in our last collab, which was like
a year ago.
Was it a year ago?
Yeah, it was like Christmas last year.
And we made some epic cake.
Yes.
I was gonna say, like, it was like a bundt cake.
It was a chocolate, ginger, molasses bundt cake.
It was a lot, but it was good. Tell them what you do. What's your...
Why am I wearing all this pink polka dots?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am the chief dessert designer and founder of Dolled Up Desserts. We are a gluten-free and vegan bakery and baking mix company from Hamilton, Ontario, which is where Lisa is gonna be moving. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
I know stressful.
I'm very stressed.
But it's gonna be good.
But you know what's gonna help with that stress? Canna cookies.
Oh
yeah,
absolutely.
But before we get into that, you definitely need to check out Kat's channel because you guys love whenever I break down the science of cookies or baking or cooking or anything like that. And if you like that kind of thing, you're gonna love her channel because she is way more knowledgeable than I am when it comes to cooking science. Kat has helped me today tweak my recipe into making it Cannabutter friendly because we explained this in her video. The way that Cannabutter for making it vegan is a little bit more difficult because we don't use vegan butter because, like, when you melt down vegan butter, it acts a little weird when it comes to baking cookies, so we're using coconut oil. We're not breaking down how to make Cannabutter in this video. If you want that video, go check out Kat's channel. We'll link it in the corner as well as down below. She breaks down the legality of it, all the disclaimers. Speaking of which, hold on, dial it back.
Back it up.
Weed is not legal in every single place. In Canada, right now, currently legal for people who are over 19. If you're in the States, not every single state has legalized weed. So please follow your local laws. Please do not take our word as
the expert opinion and all-knowing. We're here to help you have a safe and fun time using these products in food. But again, we are not the be-all end-all know-it-alls of this topic.
We are not physicians.
No.
We are not responsible for anything that you do.
And this is to be done in the comfort of your own home, without children. Have a friend or two over because it's
Buddy
always...
system.
Exactly. It's more fun to enjoy the effects of edibles with friends.
And also, if you're ever enjoying weed or alcohol or any substance out there, do not drive afterwards. Do not operate any heavy machinery afterwards. Don't do anything where you need to be fully alert or fully functional.
Like baking.
I do not recommend it.
The other thing too is that technically in Canada right now, the consumption, growth, and production of marijuana is legal, but not the production into edibles. It will be legal in October of 2019, which we're super excited for at Dolled Up Desserts because we plan on getting a license and doing
buying
that.
the heck out of your
Absolutely, they're gonna be great. This is for your own personal consumption, not for resale and not for quality control sake, something that you want to be, you know, putting your name on and giving to lots of people. When
it comes to weed, we talk about this as well on Kat's video, but I recommend getting it legally, just, you know, to cover your bases. I personally am a rule follower. I'm not very good at bending the rules. I feel very uncomfortable. I have a lot of friends who are lawyers and police officers. You know, just follow the rules. Just be legal. So I bought this on OCS, which is the Ontario Cannabis Store. It was actually very easy. The packaging that they sent me was very discreet, so I didn't have to like worry about like, oh my God, everyone knows I have weed. So we're good. So I bought the Tangerine Dream. It has 14.36% THC. It's not gonna be exact on the website. They give you a range. I think when I bought this, it was like between 12 to 22%. And I was like, I hope it's not 22% because I don't wanna get that messed up.
It's a plant though, so you can't 100% guarantee it's gonna grow, right?
Yeah. More information on my experience with buying from OCS on Kat's channel, and again, more information on weed in general and how it works and all this on Kat's channel. But today we're just gonna make some cookies, okay? So the first thing that is important for cookies is fat, because fat equals moisture and tenderness in cookies and also distributes flavor. And for us, it also distributes the ganj. So I've broken down the fat to coconut oil and earth balance. I prefer cooking cookies with earth balance because I just like the texture, I like the flavor, it adds kind of that buttery goodness to it. I have all the ingredients weighed down below. Typically I give you guys recipes in volume, so that's like in cups. This whole recipe is measured in weight because we need to be really specific about how much THC is in each cookie, and the best way to do that for the most consistent cookie is to weigh your ingredients. I'll leave a link down for the scale that I use. It's a really cheap scale. Honestly, now that I've been baking this recipe, I've tested this a couple times with a scale, I'm like, why have I not been baking by
know.
measurement by weight before? This is like so much easier. Other than that, it's your typical stuff. We have flax egg, which is ground flax meal with water mixed together to absorb the liquid. As it bakes, the moisture will evaporate out, which will make the flax egg cling to the stuff, which binds, which is what the egg would do in a non-vegan cookie. Baking soda, baking powder, puffing, spreading, sugar, sweetness, structure, and lecithin.
Yes.
So please tell us about
This
that.
is the other special ingredient that is used in cannabis cookies, other than the special ingredient itself. So soy or sunflower lecithin, a lot of people cringe at that word, especially in the vegan community of people who are very health conscious, because lecithin is an additive. It is not actually the worst additive in the world. It's very important, and actually in vegan baking, I've been finding more and more it's essential to mimicking the effect of egg when it comes to dispersing fats and liquids evenly throughout a baked good. It's a particle that can hold onto both water and fat. Okay?
It's an emulsifier.
It's an emulsifier, that's exactly what it is. Those particles will grab onto the fat in the weed and all the liquid that's coming from everything else. It'll bind it and it'll spread it out evenly. And this is essential in any sort of edible whatsoever, because you want that weed to be spread evenly. If it is too much in one cookie and none in another, you could have really different experiences, and that could be really dangerous.
It's a bad time.
Soy lecithin, you can buy at Bulk Barn. They have granules there. I will give Lisa the conversions for it, so if you are purchasing granulated lecithin, how to use it in this product. You can also buy sunflower lecithin as a tincture at most of your health food stores. You can definitely buy it on Amazon. Lisa will link that. And you can also buy it in a capsule format. Sunflower lecithin is what we're using here today. We're going to actually blend these two first with the sugar.
Yeah.
And that is to ensure that the butter is aerated, and we're gonna get a really nice and consistently sweet and fluffy and buttery cookie.
Yes. Make sure that you don't overmix these, because I'm baking with gluten. Kat typically doesn't bake with gluten, so
Overmixing isn't a thing with gluten-free.
with gluten, it is a thing. So you don't want to overmix your cookies, otherwise they're going to be really tough.
You can overmix the stuff before you put the flour in. In fact, I would highly recommend that you beat your fats and sugars and sunflower lecithin forever. Not forever, but like at least for 5 minutes and or 5 to 10 minutes until it's light, white, and fluffy, because then you know for sure everything has been mixed really well.
Don't go too ham on it, because it will heat up and it will melt.
That's true, because it is vegan. Yeah.
So like
there is 5
5
minutes is usually the rule of thumb for whether you're using butter or not.
So we're gonna scoop out these cookies. I have a one and a half.
Yeah, 1.5 tablespoon scoop.
1.5 tablespoon scoop for cookies. That's how I know that we measured this out properly. So.
If you really want to be meticulous about this, you can weigh them on the scale, which is what we do at the bakery, but for your own home purposes, it'll be fine. A big tip, pull your dough across the edge of the bowl so it's nice and flat.
Yep. Give them about 1.5 inches in between each cookie.
Yes.
So we put the cookies in the freezer, and then we're gonna bake for about 8 minutes until they're puffy and golden. I like to always underbake my cookies because it just means that it's chewier and more delicious.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So I'll leave the exact timing and the measurement of like the oven
Temperature.
that's the word.
We'll leave the temperature and the time.
I haven't had any cookies yet, but apparently I'm already affected. We're going to freeze a lot of this batter because that's how we keep this for later, because this is a lot of cookies.
You can bake them all and then freeze them, or you can freeze the dough and bake it on demand.
One more thing we're gonna do, we're gonna add a little bit of sea salt to each cookie.
Oh, yes we are.
Because it makes it a good time.
Yeah.
A little sea salt adds a little deliciousness. We're gonna bake those cookies and we'll see you after they're baked. Woohoo! All right, and now they're baked. They smell good, they're cooled, they have perfect caramelization on top, or on bottom. They have some nice little browning on top, and I actually didn't film this part, but I did add a little bit of fleur de sel because it just adds a little extra some, you know, a little bit of salt just like balances the sweetness. So these ones are dosed at 0.01 grams,
which is 10 milligrams, which is the legal dosing. If you find this is not enough, you can always have a second, or you can just make more infused Cannabutter.
Or like more potent Cannabutter. This is probably about the equivalent of a drink.
Yeah.
So one drink equals one cookie.
Exactly.
So it's about your tolerance. Try one cookie first, you know, if you are trying this out. Again, 19 plus and or according to whatever your law is wherever you are. So I'm gonna give it a taste test. Kat cannot because she's driving.
Yeah, I have to drive back to Hamilton and I'm being good.
Smells so good. It smells very slightly like ganj.
A little bit, but it's nice. It's not like overpowering. It kind of almost adds a depth of flavor in my, or depth of nose smell, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Do it. Well, that sounded great. That sounded like crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Okay. Please tell me what it tastes like. I want to know.
So it's like crispy. I actually overbake these a little bit. I would actually underbake them even more. It was because we forgot the salt, so I pulled them out, put it and then I restarted the timer. So I probably baked it an extra minute too long. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside, hella good. Lots of sweetness. I'm using mini chocolate chips in this one. I actually prefer, that's like my favorite.
Yeah.
Because I like the ratio of cookie to chocolate chip better in terms of like dispersion. We did chocolate chunks last time and they were good.
But I think for a more consistent cookie, using chips is a lot better for the dispersion of the marijuana as well. So
yeah, and the salt is just, it's a good time. There's just so many different layers, and then just like a hint, just on the back of the throat, you just get a little like, yes, that's weed. That's the cookie, that's the recipe. Again, if you guys want the Cannabutter recipe and the breakdown of everything Cannabutter, I am not the expert. Definitely go to her channel. I'll link it in the corner, and you should subscribe to her channel, like I said, because she breaks down baking science, cooking science to another level.
Thank you.
You are just wise.
Just want to help people become better bakers. That's all.
Oh, you're doing it. And I think that's pretty much it. If you guys like this video, please give it a like, subscribe. I know this is not my usual kind of content, but you know, it's
I'm gonna spice it up from time to time.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a delicious day. Bye. Hello everyone, my name is Lisa, and I'm the Viet Vegan, because I'm Viet and I'm vegan, and now I'm paranoid I didn't turn on the mic. So one second, I'm just gonna double check that.
Oh, did we have the mic on last time too?
Yes, we did.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Also, if you guys are wondering why Kat is suddenly like so short, it's because she's on a stool, because she's like,
this is my real height.
She's very tall, and it makes framing for my tiny kitchen very difficult.
It's not a good time. So now we're at Lisa's side. I'm even still taller than her on a stool. I'm so short.
So we're feeling some effects, you know? My head feels like it's in like a hug. Like
a hug?
This is like literally the most perfect cookie. It has like the perfect poof in the middle. Because when the ball just...